Mr. Brooks.
May not be a freeze. How do you
Mr. Mayor, it's 10:30.
Welcome, if you'd all rise. Welcome to our March 1st Board of Works meeting. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the February 16th meeting.
Having reviewed the minutes and attended the meeting, I make a motion that we accept them as submitted.
Is there a second?
Yeah, based on your recommendation, I will second that.
Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you very much. All right. Kevin. I like Kevin. All right. Anybody in the chambers right now that is or has in the past served in emergency services, please stand up. Please stand up. Look around the room, okay? I want to thank all of you for your service. I know it's in your 7 and done by you, but I do appreciate it. Okay, we now have another young man from our community that is stepping forward doing the serious business that we've asked you to do. So I greatly appreciate that. Okay? Look at the little feature here, okay? Our employee newsletter that I saw this morning. The recent house fire on West Center, morning Sunday, February 18th. Amidst the intensity, this begins from our newsletter, of the firefighting, moments of leadership, training, teamwork shown through, showcasing the strength and unity of our fire department. Very here, the Times Union captured the below image. I think it is the one on the left. Our firefighters, Cody Bixler, is Cody here? Another Warsaw kid, all right, and good. And Kevin Ferrazis, Kevin, all right, on the roof of the home. Cody assuming the role of mentor, guiding Kevin through his first roof fire. This moment showcased not only Cody's leadership, but also the importance of ongoing training within our fire department. Chief Brian Mayo summarized the essence of the operation, noting that everyone knew their jobs and worked in coordinated effort to get the job done. This event resonates with the broader priorities of my office by earning citizen trust through exemplary service, strengthening intergovernmental relations through collaborative efforts with neighboring departments like Leesburg and Wayne Lake. That got my attention, didn't it, Chief? I appreciated you making those comments to the media. And then here we go, maintaining exceptional standards within our police and fire departments. We reinforce the foundations of a resilient and thriving community. Okay? Here's another young man willing to step forward. A month ago, I had the privilege of swearing in a police officer. And my dad caught wind of it. And you know, my father in the 60s was a police officer. Jeff, you know what that young man said he was gonna do for the community? He's going to run to trouble, while the rest of us usually try to avoid it, stay away from it, or we ourselves run from it. There's an example for me. Okay, so I appreciate everyone in this room, in this business, and what you're about to do. All right, you may be seated. Now, Kevin. Kevin, come on over here. Raise your right hand. I, Kevin Karasis, do solemnly swear
I, Kevin Carrasco, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and that I will commit
and I will commit
to faithfully discharge
to faithfully discharge
my duties
my duties
as a firefighter of the Warsaw Wayne Fire Territory
as a firefighter of the Warsaw Way Fire Territory
to the citizens of the territory.
to the citizens of the territory.
I give my commitment
I give my commitment
to fulfill this position
to fulfill this position
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
both promoting and protecting
both promoting and protecting
the best interest
the best interest
of the Warsaw Wayne Fire Territory
of the Warsaw Way Fire Territory
in accordance with the territory's policies.
in accordance with the territory's fire policies.
You got it. Good. Kevin and I have a little history. Okay, good. All right, family. All right, come on up and somebody help me out. Get some pictures here with family and friends. And also members of the department. Might be a good idea you guys get behind him and let's support him. So you guys gotta get up and even if you didn't wear your three-piece suit, come on, get behind him. Yeah. Might be, yeah, good idea. Very good idea. Oh, okay, you had a rookie mistake. This is very important. Thank you. This does need to be done. All right, Steve, that's great. All right.
Jeff, wait a minute.
One. There we go. All right, family, come on up. Come on up.
Would the chief have photo too?
Yeah, good idea. Chief, come on up. I'm sorry.
No, you really don't.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Good.
I'm gonna count to three. 1, 2, 3.
All right, the rest of his teammates, get up here, get behind us here. Thanks, family. We love Kevin. Yeah, the guys behind him. Yeah. Yeah, so you guys get up here in the front too.
This way. 1, 2, 3.
Good? Got it? Good. Smile.
Thanks, Chairman.
Thanks.
Audio, visual. Are you the producer?
They always take my picture when I'm like eating a taco or licking my nose, yawning. That's usually. Yes. What do you think? Well, he's trying to. Yeah, I'm trying to ring on it.
Okay, thanks for. He's another young kid that
I've heard
So,
that was special.
we're growing up on me. Yeah. Good. I love it.
Yeah, that was a good catch.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he reminds everybody. I was his favorite teacher.
You probably know a fair number of those.
Oh, boy.
young ladies, don't you?
Yeah. Well, Cody up there with him. He was so good.
Well, it's good to have good young men in those roles.
Yeah. I want to thank everybody.
Capable, doesn't he?
Thank everybody for just your support through all that and looking Kevin's direction. No reports or written, also no unfinished business. That takes us to new business. Police, Brian, thank you very much. First item.
I'm here today asking for your approval to accept this application for an additional permit for L&L Taxi. This vehicle would have originally had been attempted to go through when we did the first 5, but it had some damage to it that needed to be repaired to make it safe for on the street. That vehicle has been repaired and inspected by our police mechanic. It has passed the inspection. The people that will be driving it have valid driver's license, and the insurance is current and the registration is also current. So my recommendation would be to issue another permit. This would be number 6 for them of 15 that the city grants.
Thanks for your efforts with this, Brian. Any questions from the board?
No, it looks like it's all in order. Good job. So I'll move we approve the application as presented.
I'll second that.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stephanie, Park and Recreation, another contract. Thank you.
Good morning. This is my last contract for the summer concert series. This is for Romeo Touring LLC. This concert will be held on August 16th at the Glover Pavilion in the amount of $4,500, and this is budgeted money.
Any questions for Stephanie?
Looks good. I'll make a motion that we approve this contract for $4,500.
I'll second that.
Any further comments, Stephanie?
Thank you.
Good. All right.
Yep.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Larry?
Before you have a proposal from PSM Pickleball Sound Mitigation, This proposal would help us provide objective analysis and recommendations regarding the pickleball sound at Kelly Park Courts. The proposal would give us a professional opinion as to the need, if any, and the steps, if any, are needed for sound mitigation at the courts. This was also ran through the park board. They have reviewed it and approved this proposal as well. So,
Appreciate Larry's efforts with this resident and other residents, the realities of pickleball and what you have to do. And you took me out there to the park, it was earlier this week, right?
Yes.
And just appreciate your efforts and the board trying to look in the direction of the neighborhood as you provide all these excellent opportunities for recreation. Is there any questions from the board?
Well, having sat through several months of this issue when I was on park board, I think this is a really good idea to get professional input and then also just have that documented legally that we're doing what
correct.
needs to be done. So I think it's good both for the neighborhood and just good sound management practices to think of doing this. So I thank you, Larry, for putting that together.
Well said.
Yeah, sounds like good due diligence, and thanks. So I'll make a motion we accept the proposal as presented.
And I'll definitely second that.
Any further comments, Larry?
No, I appreciate the
Okay,
board's
thank you.
support on that.
Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
Planning Department, Justin, thank you, sir.
Yeah, so before you have payout number 7 for the Lincoln Neighborhood Sidewalk Project. This is in the amount of $2,025.56. This is for our consultant to inspect the construction as it is underway and revise drawings and make sure we're in compliance with NDOT standards as we construct these sidewalks. We're looking to commence this project early April, and then it should be finishing up late May, early June. So we're really excited to get this sidewalk project underway. We're going to try and send out some press releases just to prepare the neighborhood for the potential disturbances and things that may occur as we get into construction. We know there's going to be some issues as we get into it, and it's always a process, but we're hoping everybody can be patient and understand that we're trying to do this for the kids walking to school. So.
I really appreciate your efforts for, dare I say, years on this. And like anything else, it sounds really easy. We're going to put sidewalks in, and it'll be very easy. It's been uphill at times, but I appreciate, Justin, your efforts with all of this. Any questions from
I
the board?
assume that you're keeping the school informed also so that they can be sure that parents that have kids that walk to school in that area know.
Yeah, we could definitely reach out and make sure they're in the loop on all of the stuff.
I think that would be a good idea, you know, that whatever you're going to send out, just make sure the school gets a copy of it too, so that they're aware. And
I'll have my wife, too, talk to the principal.
Yes,
Good.
yeah.
Get on that. I'll get on that, Diane.
All right, thanks.
We know a guy.
Good, yeah, well, yeah. I'll get in trouble
You
with
know
her.
people, yeah. Okay, well, I'll make a motion that we approve this pay application.
And I'll second that.
Any further comments, Justin? No? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Thank you. Next item, outdoor seating.
Yeah, so I have 3 applications for you, and you guys can consider these independently, but they're all about the same. It's 2 applications for our outdoor seating. So currently our rules for outdoor seating, if a business in the C4 district wants to have outdoor seating on the public sidewalk, they just need to seek approval from this board and go through the process and abide by the rules that were approved by this board in 2017. With that, I have 3 applications here, the first one being from 110 Craft Meadery. There were a couple issues that were brought to light regarding their outdoor seating, so we'd ask that we take a look at those when they're setting up to make sure that those can be addressed. We'd also like to ask that as a part of the consideration of this board, for these approvals to be considered to allow, since we're having unseasonably warm temperatures, maybe we could allow them to set up a month early. So the rules stipulate that they can set up April 1st. We'd just ask the board to maybe consider allowing them to set up a month early, so as early as tomorrow or today, if approved.
Didn't feel like it today, but I guess this weekend it has been really goofy, and I agree with him that we should seriously consider that as a board. Justin, on this one, some of the issues or concerns in the past, do you feel like have been addressed?
Yeah, and I want to talk to the business owner about some of the issues that were brought to light. Some of them were put in place because of excise and the requirements they have to meet to serve alcohol outside. So we're hoping with the ordinance that council's considering on Monday, the second reading of the DORA, we may be able to eliminate some of the elements that are causing issues at this location, because excise does have certain requirements as far as fencing in areas where you are serving alcohol. But that may eliminate the need for some of that if the DORA is approved. So we can see both sides of that situation. We want the applicant to be able to fully serve their customers, but we also see that it may create some access issues for people if they wanted to walk directly on the sidewalk from their car. So.
Okay.
There's additional seating, right, because of the new property? I mean, not based on all three requests?
Yes, there is. The river, if we jumped ahead to the third request, that's the river, the new coffee shop across the street. That would be a new outdoor seating area to the downtown, yes.
Are there any questions that you have, or maybe questions from anybody in the audience about this first request? Anybody? Yeah, thank you,
I
Cindy.
just talked briefly with Justin, and I believe he'll address, some of the concerns I've had, just from the general public about the wires being able to access the sidewalk there, particularly handicapped individuals or anything, because it causes them to walk along that narrow band or go out in the street, and if there's a large truck or van or something, you can't really see the cars that are coming, and they come pretty fast. So, but I think Justin's addressed that. So.
Thank you, Cindy. Any comments, reaction to that, Justin?
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Good.
We'll definitely look at that as it gets set up. So.
Good.
Yeah, and the complaints I've received, you can see very well in the first photograph. They cannot get out of their cars and get up the steps and onto the sidewalk because there's no break in that fence. So you can't, if you park there, you can't access our public sidewalk.
And that is a
So-
very challenging block. We've
It
got a
is,
double
because
curb
of the
there.
steps, yeah. And so that's an issue. And the other one that I asked Justin to address was with the Parks Department, who's responsible for cleaning these sidewalks. It is going to snow again, probably. And if all of this is out there, at least we'll have ice. And if all of this is out there, they will not be able to get through. So I think a stipulation on approving this is if they move the outdoor seating out there, then they're going to have to be responsible for having those walks cleared
I like that.
when businesses begin.
Correct, and I did speak to Larry too, and no other properties would be impacted. Let's say if 110 set up and they weren't able to clear that block as they normally do during a snow event, which is very possible in Indiana still,
Yeah.
they would just not serve that area. So they wouldn't impact somebody down the road or anything. That was what I was concerned, if there was a detrimental impact on adjacent properties, and it didn't seem like that. They would just stop at that mid-block and not continue to clear in front of that if their machine couldn't.
But it is a detrimental effect if people are parking there and they need to use that sidewalk in order to get to the other businesses. So, I mean, I think the business owner is going to have to be responsible. We're not talking 10 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
I mean, the diner there opens, I don't know what time, but much earlier than that. So
Right.
I think, yeah, 5, that's what I was thinking, 5 in the morning. So those business owners, I think, are going to be need to be willing to be out there at 4 o'clock in the morning and have that sidewalk cleared and salted, because the city is not going to be able to be responsible for it. Now, the question always comes in enforcing this, I'm not going to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go check, but, so those are my concerns with it. On the flip side, yeah, it's been great weather, and it'd be great if people could sit out there and enjoy it, and we want people to enjoy our downtown. So I think it's going to be on these two businesses to either demonstrate that they can responsibly, handle this, or we need to revoke their permit for outdoor seating. I think it's just as simple as that. I
Those
don't-
points,
I'm
well
willing-
taken,
I'm
well
give-
taken.
I'm willing to give them a chance, but I want them to fully understand what it is then that they would be responsible for and to commit to doing it.
Well taken and agreed.
So I don't know how you put that.
We could ask
Within
Scott
this.
if approval, we could put the if-then or those stipulations to it. But, and that's all part of being a good neighbor. I want it to, and, you know,
Yeah.
the weather, but it could, just like Justin said, it could go south and we could see a major snow event and they're gonna have to be responsible or face consequences. Justin, any comments about that? You good?
I think it's a very fair point. I didn't realize Larry couldn't get through the area where Jason has the table with the machine though, but I thought we addressed some of that early on, but maybe that's still an issue, so. But I think Diane has a lot of great points with the snow issue.
Larry, any comments? We good or?
No, I mean, the way it is now presently, we can get our machine through there, we can put brine down and clear the snow. When they put the outdoor seating, we just cannot
Okay,
get the tractor down there.
okay. Thank you. Okay. So,
So Scott,
do you want to entertain a motion with some of those stipulations? Scott, maybe some advice and common sense from you to help us through it?
I think personally, I think that's not a bad idea that they're responsible if our crew can't get through there. But I would probably want to hear from them that they're willing to take on that responsibility and have the ability to take on that responsibility before I would approve the early putting out of that furniture. Because if they agree to it, then it's easier to bind it to it. If you approve it today, my little concern is you didn't have them committing.
Right.
I mean, they're honest people, but it's, I don't want it to be telephone either, that they heard it a different way, that, of what they were committing to, 4 AM is early.
They don't have any representatives here. I'm in agreement, public meeting, they should. I have no problem with it being early, but what we could do is, if they want it early, we'll push it back instead of March 1st, and maybe this weekend to the 15th. It just is what it is.
Or you could approve it, but ask that they present a written agreement that they have agreed in writing that they will clear the snow and ice on their own from their area of the sidewalk
by 5 AM.
by whatever you all agree you want the commitment to be.
What would you say?
That's probably a way to have it work.
I wouldn't necessarily put a time stamp on it. Cycles now look at 5 days.
I think,
Well, here's my concern about the by 5 AM.
Okay,
What if it snows at 1 PM?
right.
Do we mean by 1:30 PM or 2 PM? So I think what you would ask for is that they make their best reasonable efforts to keep the snow and ice cleared from their sidewalk areas during
Inclement weather.
inclement weather.
Okay.
And if they're able to provide a written agreement to that, to Justin or whomever, then the early permit can be approved. That way, we don't have to wait 2 weeks to come back. If they agree to do that in writing, I think that's what I would probably suggest you all ask for.
so you're saying a local business that would want to put the furniture out before April 1st would have to provide an agreement if there are issues, major snow event, that they would be responsible for taking care of that, or they run the risk, okay, of potential fines and/or we don't allow them to do it. Is that,
Yeah, and maybe just the wording we really want is to keep it safe and clear
right?
without saying what kind of event. 'Cause I mean,
Always keep it safe and clear.
And this could be something we add to the rules that were adopted in 2017 as just general, because it could still snow in April.
Right.
So
Yes.
we may just want to add that to our rules at the next meeting for everybody that does this.
If a business decides to have outdoor seating, they are responsible if there are issues to take care of it, or they could face fines and/or no longer being able to do it. Right now, would you be comfortable what you're saying if the board decides to approve this one, that we do ask that Justin and my office get in writing that they will take on that responsibility? And maybe we could even craft one or say, here's what we want to see from you before we allow them to do it. I do like it though, the idea, because it's been 60 degrees and then it's snowing out and people enjoy sitting out there. They want to do that. So,
It doesn't have to be complicated, but I think the city attorney ought to do the one page.
yeah, we could actually help them craft it.
Yeah, so I think it's a good idea to amend the permit application to have that rule in it, but they've submitted an application under the old rule, and they're asked to consider it under the old rule, and you can allow it if it sounds like, though, you'd like them to provide a written agreement that they're willing to keep the sidewalks free and clear of any hazards. I'd say anytime, like,
I
that's
would too.
part of
Yeah.
the seating is,
It does work, so it could be eventually we do change it like he's saying, but again, it's an early request.
Right.
And so by granting the early request, we are asking you, but then in the future, we put it in.
well, I think Diane's wisdom with that is sometimes there are planter boxes that get blown a little bit one way or the other, or sometimes there's furniture that gets moved a little bit one way or the other, or whatever it might be,
That's fine.
that their use of the sidewalks, they agree, in this case, in writing to do it, and then we make it as part of the rules going forward, that people asking for the permit would agree to keep it free and clear of obstructions and hazards for them.
Okay, so I have to make a motion that we would approve this permit with the stipulation that we receive in writing that the owners would be willing to keep the sidewalks free and clear of obstructions at all times.
Free, clear, and safe.
Free, clear, and safe.
Yeah, at all
Yes.
times.
At all
Is
times.
that, and then we can help?
Mhm.
Okay,
I think
you're
that's
okay?
great.
George?
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
So,
The
I
motion?
did make it.
I'll second it.
Okay, so there's a motion and a second. Any further discussion from the board?
All right.
Any comments, Justin? We good? All right.
And I think he'll understand
Yeah.
what we're trying to get at.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to encourage the business, we
Right.
just want everybody to be able to.
Another very good point. We want to encourage this type of thing. Okay, good. I'll call the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it for this one. Thank you for that discussion. Next item. Justin.
So again, same request, and I would imagine the very same motion if you guys choose to approve it, but it would be for the B&B courthouse market, so right next door to 110.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve this request with the stipulation that they provide in writing their agreement to keep the sidewalk area free, clear of any obstructions at all, and safe.
You
Of
said
any
it,
obstructions.
yeah.
Would you read that back to
Yeah,
me, clerk?
good. You got it. No,
Court recorder.
good.
You did well.
Can't.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're on it though. Good.
Yeah.
And I will second that motion.
All right. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Thanks, Justin. We have another one.
And the last one I have for you is the River Coffee House. This is the new coffee house on the corner. I understand that plan might be a little challenging to read, but in short, they want to put 2 foot by 2 foot tables up against the building. We have 8 feet of clearance between the planter box and the building, but they're looking at the corner more than where the planter is. So at worst, we'd have the 6 feet of clearance as it went along there, but we'll work with them as well, just like all the other ones, to make sure we have the clearance for people to get through. These will be more lightweight things that I believe they are intending to take them in at night anyway. They may not have the same issues, but I think making that same motion would be appropriate.
So this is the corner right here, correct?
Correct.
So I'm not sure of the orientation of this drawing. Is the majority of are the majority of the tables down Buffalo or down Center?
So right now, they have the majority of them on Buffalo.
Okay, that's what I
So
thought.
the north is to the top of the page.
Okay.
You see it, but you sort of, once you get perspective, you
Yeah,
can
I'm
see it on
thinking
the-
about the planter box that goes out like this, so I'm picturing it. And you say there's 8 feet in between there and where they want to put them?
Yeah, so there's 8 feet, and I'll work with them if we need to move more tables out by the planter box, just to make it feel more open. We can do that too. We can work, they're a relatively new business, but they just wanted to
Yeah.
get some little bistro
I just want to
tables.
make sure that people can come up and turn with wheelchairs, walkers, whatever, service dogs.
Yep, yep.
Okay.
Did they ask for early?
Yeah, that was the driving force behind the early. Yep.
Okay.
It is encouraging that we have 3 businesses on March 1st with enough activity and interest from customers that we would like to have outdoor seating.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
very encouraging.
It
So,
is.
Even with the difficulties and concerns, this is encouraging.
And now, if we would have known years ago, we might have redesigned.
Exactly.
But,
Yeah,
yeah.
didn't see it.
Okay, well, I'll make a motion that we also approve this request with the stipulation that the sidewalks be kept free, clear, and safe
Okay.
for any pedestrians.
And I'll second that.
Okay, thank you very much. Any further questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Thank you, Justin, and also input from people here in the audience.
Yeah, thanks
Next-
for coming in.
Yeah, thank you. Next item, Anchorage Road. Thank you, Jeremy.
Yes, so you have before you pay application 39 for engineering services for the Anchorage Road project in the amount of $2,601, and this is coming out of edit as we get closer and closer to completing this project and getting it out to bid.
You know where that is, Diane?
Yeah, I know right where that is.
Thanks, Jeremy. Any questions from the board?
No, I'll move we approve the pay application.
I'll second that.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it. Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Stormwater, Brian, looks like you have several here on the agenda. Thank you, sir.
10 and 11
Okay.
will not need board action if you wish to take those off of the
Which items? I'm sorry.
items 10 and 11,
Okay,
apps 1 and 2.
okay, so we'll start with number 9 and then go to number 12. Okay,
So number 9 is an amendment to a Westler contract for Park Avenue storm sewer improvement. That has been out to bid. We accepted the bid from G&G. We do not have a contract yet to proceed, but this is for Westler to have construction oversight during that project. It's an amount of $18,600 for this portion of the agreement.
So when you have the not to succeed 64,700, that's the total project, correct?
That's the total project so far, yep.
Got it.
But they can't bid more than $18,600 to the construction administration
Okay.
without another amendment.
and any other questions?
No, I'll move to approve.
I'll second that.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it. And Brian, you're withdrawing item number 10 and
And
item number 11 for
Correct.
consideration, correct?
Correct.
Okay, withdrawn. Item number 12 on the agenda.
This is the lining project that we've completed. There's always some change orders due to they find a different size when they actually get there to line it. It's shorter, longer. So through all the different changes, it's a net deduct of $1,050 for this contract.
I'll make a motion that we approve this change order.
And I'll second that.
So paying less.
Paying less.
I like that.
Here, here.
We like
All right.
P-dubs.
Yeah, good, thank you. So there's a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it. Thank you, Brian. And it looks like item 13 you have also.
Yeah, so this lining contract, they're complete. We're doing a walkthrough after this meeting to make sure that everything, so this is more than likely, we'll probably have one more pay app just for the retainage, but this is the pay app for that liner work.
And I assume it stayed within the parameters of the original bid.
Well, that was that change order we just did. It was $1,000
Now
less.
it's correct. Okay, got it. All right, then I'll make a motion that we approve this corrected amount of $350,888.20.
And I will second that.
Any further comments, Brian?
Nope.
All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, good.
Thank you.
Denny?
The new hire change payroll report is actually some exciting things for this meeting. These are all current employees who are switching to positions of higher responsibility or going to a different department. So Joel Schilling was chosen to be the next fire marshal for the Warsaw Wayne Fire Territory. So he will be going from firefighter to the marshal position. Heather Votes from our Parks Department was chosen to replace Shirley as the chief's assistant at the fire department. Shirley will be getting ready to retire at the end of March, so Heather will be backfilling her. And then Fire Marshal Joe Fretz retired from the fire department and is going to be working with us out at the airport.
And you wanted to make a change on this, I believe.
Oh, yes, there, on number 2, on Heather, there was a typo. That should be $26 an hour instead of 25.
So I'll make a motion that we approve this as amended.
And I will second that.
Any further comments, Denny?
No, I appreciate you.
Okay, thank you. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it. Thank you very much, Denny. No travel requests?
You got travel requests?
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay.
We don't.
You
Well,
don't?
No. Wait.
I have the cover sheet.
We do. Actually, if you go down, it is not on the agenda, but if you go down below to the documents, down at the very bottom,
Ah,
see it?
I see
It's
it.
on my agenda.
You see it on yours? Okay, yeah. Are you able to see it?
Yes.
You go down
Stacy
to,
had to do it. I didn't have it yesterday, but it should be fine.
not on the agenda, but in the doc, you're good. Okay, good.
Do you have the right list? There should be 5, 6 on there.
Appreciate your patience, Denny. Thank you.
No problem.
Zone traffic. Yes. You can see him, George? Good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Denny, thank you. Go ahead.
I'll make a motion to approve the new hire and change report as presented.
There's-
Travel requests.
That's all right. It's not in front
I'll
of you.
second.
Okay, any comments about these?
No, there's nothing out of the ordinary. This is all continuing education and things that our employees are doing to make us better. So,
Okay, thank you, Denny. All right. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Thank you.
I don't have any special claims.
I was
You do-
looking down there to make sure there weren't any
Yeah,
hiding.
you do have,
Just the regular docket, the end of the month docket, and the pension docket.
Yeah,
So there's 3 dockets there.
George, you're back with your comb. How you doing?
that's
You good?
right. I didn't see anything required further questioning, so are you okay with
I
that?
am, yeah, I
I'll
read through.
accept, I motion that we accept the claims dockets as presented.
Is there a second?
Second that.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Okay, good. Any questions or comments? I want to thank everybody for your attendance today. Very special adding Kevin to the Warsaw Wayne Fire Territory. I appreciate his teammates here supporting him. With that, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Have a very good and safe weekend. Thank you. Thanks, you guys. You, that third motion, you had it. You said it right. Three's a charge. You read right through it.
Hey, Aaron.
I'm running the other way.
I